I just did a whole recording and it didn't record. And I said some really interesting things. I was talking about the inner and the outer and the idea that we go within or without. And I was questioning what it actually is, because a lot of people write to me or I'm working with them on Butsi sessions, and they talk about retreating inward to find their spirituality, to find their higher thoughts. And the main point of it is that I don't actually do that. I tend to have the ability, perhaps, to connect to myself without having to go inward. And I started to think that perhaps it's more a secret place that they like to retreat to, because we can't always talk about the connection between spirituality and our emotions, and perhaps what they feel isn't able to be voiced, so they tend to retreat inward into that secret place so that they can feel safe with it. It's an interesting idea, but when I reflect on how ancient people would view this, well, they probably wouldn't view it, but how they would see it, if they did think about it, then they're usually quite outgoing and boisterous, and certainly Roman gypsies were. It was said that they have a mental age of 10 because they were so boisterous. I can't understand that, but maybe it's true. But yeah, the idea of going in, I can understand it to a degree, but I don't actually do it. I think of connecting to the natural world and the other world and my own ideas about all of that in an everyday sense, just as I'm walking about and walking Larry, my dog, or just moving about the house. I can connect to that. I don't have to feel that I'm having to go inward. So yeah, perhaps it is a kind of secret place that people have to have so that they feel safe. The inner and the outer, the inner and the outer me, the inner and the outer you, the inner and the outer earth, the inner and the outer trees, the inner and the outer Larry when I'm walking him. I'd be interested to know people's thoughts on this and whether they can actually think of connecting to maybe themselves or maybe the natural world in a more immediate sense, so that they feel that they have a belonging to the natural world, without having to enter that inner silence. That word silence, I have to go into my silence. I really haven't a clue what that is. I really don't know. I think we have spent a long time over the last few hundred years travelling inward and inward and inward because you can't talk about these things on the outside. Maybe that's it. I don't know. So this is a bit of an exploration, a bit of an experiment, and a bit of a working out that I'm doing with this video talk. But it does take a lot of thinking about, because I've listened to people talking about this for lots and lots of sessions I've had with them, and I never quite understand exactly where they are going when they say I go inside. If I go inside, then I don't know where I'm going, actually, because I can feel the way I am wherever I am. I don't know. The inner and the outer. Yeah, it's a good thing to think about, isn't it? Hopefully this will have recorded this time and I won't have sat here talking to myself for ages. Anyway, okay, a few thoughts there, and I, as usual, will see you again soon.